Hello students, welcome back to our class. We are going to start a new lesson today, that is waste. So this is the last lesson of your syllabus. So we have covered about all the important lessons. This another important lesson we will be starting today. So let's first understand what are wastes. So from the term you have already heard about this term many times, so you know it very well. Only here in this lesson we are going to let you be aware about different kinds of waste and what are the different categories, that how are these waste being classified. That is the thing which you might be not aware of. So let's understand that. So first of all, materials which are discarded by us as useless and unwanted, those substances only we call as waste because they are of no need to us anymore. Waste, they include solid, liquid and gaseous waste. So they can be of any physical state. But in this chapter, we will be discussing about only solid as well as the liquid waste and the ways how these waste should be properly disposed. So proper disposal methods we are going to discuss. Then you will be also studying about some common waste materials which can be reused and recycled. So we will be discussing about all those things in this lesson, that what are the disposable methods to be followed for different kinds of solid and liquid waste, and then we need to know about also that what type of waste could be recycled or reused. So depending on that, different waste materials, different categories, these pictures you can identify them as waste material only. So let's start the chapter. So some common waste are that a lot of waste is being produced in a household, right? In the very own house of ours only, we produce lot of waste, right? And then you in your surrounding also, outside your home, also find different kind of waste material, and you can categorize them, you can count them on your finger, and every individual, I believe now, is able to at least name 4 or 5 waste materials that they saw in their surroundings, in their routine life, right? So can you remember the type of waste generated in your home every day? Can you mention some few waste materials that are being generated in your home every day? Like detergent waste is there, right? Then there is the waste material being produced on washing dishes, right? On washing utensils, right? And then there are waste materials like household waste in kitchen, basically like vegetable peel waste are there, fruit peel waste are there, then different dust particles that enters in our house, so you do sweeping daily, right? And do cleaning, and this all these things are being done daily in our household, so they release and these are the waste materials that are being generated daily in our household. Write the waste generated in your home in the following manner as solid and liquid waste. So I have already mentioned the examples, so you know now that kitchen waste as solid, and then there are being different paper waste are there, and other kind of waste materials as solid substances being generated. Then there are liquid waste like detergent and dish waste we have already mentioned. So now we are going to discuss about different types of solid waste. So these are basically like food waste, which are the common waste being generated in our kitchen, right? So these include fruit and vegetable peels, leftover food is there, then there are residues of meat, fishes, other non-veg materials, and these wastes are generated in not only homes but restaurants and hotels as well. Then other kind of solid waste is ashes. These ashes could be produced from burning of different materials such as wood, coal, coke, etc. And then ash is produced mainly in factories, thermal power plants, iron and steel industries. These are the main categories, and these ashes are also produced when someone outside your home also burns these waste material, like those waste material that you dump outside, not in the dustbin but outside on the roadside. Then these are also being burnt by some members of your society also. You must have observed that thing. That also give rise to production of these ashes, and these ashes could be of material, not this, they might include some woody material also, like sticks are there, twigs are there, but basically they include plastic materials and some other solid waste material, including the food waste material as well. So that results in the production of ashes also, and it gives rise to air pollution as well, right? Then the third category of solid waste are rubbish. Rubbish itself, from the name, that they are rubbish materials. For example, paper, plastics, rubber, wood, glass, metallic waste, Polythene bags, cardboard, etc. These are called as rubbish only. That means they are completely of no use to us. These wastes are generated from home, industries, offices and schools, etc. But now the ways have been developed where these materials, some of these materials could be recycled also. This topic will be dealt ahead in the session only, that what kind of materials are being recycled or could be reused after recycling. Then the second category, liquid waste. These liquid waste, they include waste discharged from kitchen also, bathroom also. That can include soap, oil, detergent, human excreta. Besides, a large amount of liquid waste or effluent that is considered as wastewater is also discharged from different industries which contain chemicals, metal waste, sludges are there, so semi-solid substances are there, then these liquid definitely. Gaseous waste are also there, so let's understand the examples right now here, but we are only going to focus here on solid and liquid waste, because these gaseous waste, they directly escape into the atmosphere and give rise to air pollution. These include harmful gases from vehicles, automobiles, smoke, metal particulate. They come in different categories and they could be released from these automobiles also and from different industries as well. These wastes are produced by, as mentioned here, motor vehicles, industries, thermal power plants. So you know about all these when you are reading this. So you are definitely getting clicked in your mind that yes, I know these materials and from where these are being produced. So if we have to classify these solid, liquid and gaseous waste material, then you can classify broadly these waste material as two types: biodegradable waste materials and non-biodegradable waste materials. So from the term biodegradable, we mean these can be degraded. Degradable means which can be decomposed, degraded into smaller fragments, and ultimately they can be simplified into simpler substances. When the term bio is being attached to it, that means microorganisms, living organisms are going to act on it. So whenever you must have observed something, any food material, for example, any peel waste you have thrown in on the road or on the roadside in the mud, after some time it vanishes. You are not going to find that material again. Why? Because microorganism have acted on it and has decomposed it. So it's a biodegradable material. There are, on the other hand, plastics, microorganisms. Every microorganism is not going to act, and there are very few rare which can act on it, but that process is itself very slow process. So that is why it is a cause for pollution. It is not easily degradable. So first category, biodegradable waste. This type of waste can be broken down into simpler substances by the natural action of microorganisms. What are microorganisms? Those microorganisms or organisms which are not we able to see through naked eyes. You can't see them, observe them. Your hand is having a lot of microorganism, bacteria at present right now, but you are not able to see them unless microscope is involved. Thus, they disappear into the environment, not microorganism but the waste material. This includes the material that are biodegradable ones: paper, wheat, biogas, cattle dung, leather, vegetable waste is there, rice husks, tea leaves, wool, silk, domestic waste, etc. So mainly clothing materials certain, then food materials certain, and then certain materials like gas, biogas is involved, which are biodegradable. Non-biodegradable waste, on the other hand, is just opposite of biodegradable waste. These are type of waste which cannot be broken down into simpler non-toxic substances. So they remain as it is in the environment and they release toxic substances from it. So microorganisms are not able to act on these substances. These include plastic, DDT. DDT is a pesticide, and glass bottle, aluminium foil, pesticides, etc. are involved. DDT itself is banned now, it's not in any more use. So what we need to do now, the waste material being generated in large quantities nowadays because of the enhanced industrialization, a lot of revolution has been taken place in order to improve the lifestyle of human beings and the surrounding people, and people, not exact word, but any thing that comes under the existence of this human society. So what are the needs or what are the ways required to recycle these waste materials? So let's understand that. So of all the components of garbage, only few such as metal waste, glass, paper and certain types of plastic only, they can be recycled by using simple processes. Recycling conserves not only the non-renewable resources but some renewable resources as well. Non-renewable and renewable ones are those resources like non-renewable, from non means not. So these are not capable of replenishment. You cannot replenish them in the individual's lifetime. They take centuries to get replenished. So no individual is going to live for centuries, no. So that is why they are considered as non-renewable, whereas renewable ones, they can be replenished in few years, so these can be used by people. For example, recycling of paper waste, it saves trees, deforestation would be prevented, and recycling of metals, glass, etc., they save energy also and natural resources as well. For example, recycling of metal waste, it will save energy used for extracting metals from their ores. So that mining process, which requires lot of energy investment and cost investment by different industries being involved, mining industries particularly, so that could be saved if you can extract the metal, recycle these metal waste, right? Things that can be recycled examples are like empty toothpaste tubes that are made up of aluminum only. Newspaper waste is there, electric bulb is there, empty oil tin is there, empty glass bottles, PVC shoes, polyvinyl chloride, PVC stands for, it's a type of a plastic and it is recyclable. So shoes made up of this material and some other materials, they can be recycled. Recycling of paper, what we do in that, only the paper that is being used in newspapers, magazines, books, notebooks, they can be only recycled. Plastic, it is a boon or a curse? It is both actually. Plastics are versatile materials for use in our daily life and industry. You must have observed different vast materials, cutlery items are there, and so many places where are there you can think of where you have find application of these plastics. These are light in weight, are not attacked by moisture and microorganisms, so they are durable ones, so they last longer also. They last longer, that means they are not degradable also much. Plastics can be given any color and shape of your choice. These are not affected by soil, water, air or microbes, so no agent act on it. Thus, plastics are non-biodegradable and cause many environmental problems. So, once the use has been done or its utility is done, you do not require it anymore. And since they are non-biodegradable, they will be dumped as it is into the environment and no action is going to be taken place on that material. No microorganism, not even air, moisture, soil is not going to act on it. So it is doing what then? It is present as it is in the environment and is causing harm to the environment in the terms of pollution. So what can we do to minimize the harmful effects of plastics? What we can do, we have to find alternatives. Use plastic bags to the minimum. So we have to first of all minimize our uses of this material. If possible, reuse the plastic bag. So use one plastic bag for every kind of purposes if possible, right? Minimize the use as much as you can. Ask the shopkeeper to use paper bags of good quality definitely. Carry a cloth or a jute bag with yourself while going out to the market for shopping, so that you do not have to ask every time for a plastic bag to the vendor that give me this in this plastic, this in this. So if you are carrying your own bag, then it will be prevented its use, right? Do not store eatables in the plastic bags so that it is not getting dirty, so it can be reused. Do not throw used plastic bags here and there only. Do not dump them anywhere. Dump them properly only in the dustbins. Empty plastic bags, they can choke the drainage system. Never burn the plastic, because plastic is made up of materials, carbon, hydrogen and other oxygen materials, right? Elements are there. So if you burn them, they will release harmful gases. Carbon dioxide first of all, which is going to cause the greenhouse effect, because already the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere due to such pollution is increasing. So it is causing pollution also, it is the other consequences, global warming, greenhouse effect, all are being seen. So everything is interrelated here. Burning plastic, they give off toxic gases also. So do not put the domestic garbage into plastic bags. while disposing it into the garbage dump. So household waste, basically the food waste that are of consisting of solid and liquid and any moisture containing substances, you should not dump them into the plastic bag and dispose of in the dump, that is garbage dump. That shouldn't be done. It should be properly disposed. So this concludes our session related to this lesson only. It was a very small lesson and yet informative, so you can apply the knowledge in your daily life also to minimize the role of waste materials in your life. So do not generate much waste, only focus on recycling and minimizing the use of materials in your daily life. So we'll meet again with another important lesson, but in our next session. Thank you so much.